not to click this video.
But since you did, I now need a full commitment from you that you're going to stick this out to the end. You see, today we're running an experiment to put the algorithm to the test. You also need to stay to the end because I'm going to reveal to you the 2 secret sauce ingredients that give you the best opportunity to get your video to go viral. So sit back because we're starting right now. Hey everyone, what is up? This is Tim of the People's Bookkeeper, where we always hit the mark. Make your mark in business too and share it on YouTube. Do that by subscribing now and turning on the bell notification. This video is designed to put the algorithm to the test. A true test to see whether or not this community and the YouTube community as a whole can actually make a video go viral. Or find out if the algorithm holds a lot more sway than we've been led to believe and told. You see, we want to find out whether the algorithm makes the decision to push a video and promote it, or whether or not utilizing all of the key elements that we've been told will make a video go viral actually are true. Now, the way we're going to accomplish this is by making sure that the watch time on the video is ridiculously high. That means you need to watch this entire video and then re-watch the video and continue watching more videos to build that session time and watch time. This is going to ensure that we build up that time and that the algorithm recognizes that this is something that people are really enjoying.
You see, you're part of a very special experiment today to see whether or not we can make this video go viral and help this channel explode in terms of growth.
You see, there's lots of factors that go into making a viral video. And there's tons of content creators that talk about the formula required to make a video go viral. But there's no guarantee that that will happen. And so many times we're left wondering why someone's amazing video content doesn't go viral. And yet at other times there's a really crappy video that ends up getting hundreds of thousands or millions of views. What I'm asking for today is for you to not only watch this video to the end because it's going to have some incredibly valuable tips and resources for you,
but because I truly believe we can use an experiment like this to test out and see what kind of results will come from running an experiment like this on a small channel.
I fully plan on exploring the results of this video and this experiment with you in a future video where we're going to take a deep look at the analytics and see what happened with this video experiment today. So let's take a look at the key elements that give you the best opportunity to have your video go viral. Number 1, you need to grab attention, so you need a great hook at the start of the video. This is what really grabs a person and reels them in. You have to make it super interesting because you need to remember that people's attention spans are very short these days. You have to quickly show them the value that's in it for them. And you need to also combine the visual with the verbal because the combination can be quite potent. For example, you can show a picture to go along with what you're talking about, and that makes it stand out to people and understandable in a much easier way. Writing out your script or having a great bullet outline will help you keep focused and on track throughout your video and keep your viewer engaged. Number 2, you need to make your content strategic. The quality, of course, is very important for the video, but if you can turn that experience into a journey, then the content is the much more important thing to focus on in the video. You see, there's tons of viral videos that aren't high-quality productions, but they've captured one of the most potent and secret things that a lot of big YouTubers don't talk about, and that's the emotional experience of the video. If you can use emotion like a lot of the big YouTubers do, then you're gonna have a lot of viral hits on your hands. You need to think about what will your viewer get out of the video. It needs to be fundamentally something that captures their attention and keeps them engaged. It needs to touch upon those emotions to show them why this is something that's important to them. Are you providing something that they can get emotionally attached to? This comes from doing a lot of amazing research ahead of time and finding great statistics that you can lay out in an easy to understand way for your audience. Valuable tip number 3 is you need to make it emotional. Now, I know we touched a little bit on it in the last point, but we're going to talk more about why the emotion is so important. You see, we're all emotional in one way or another. And think about it when you're watching a movie or a TV show and you get really invested into the characters and the story, and you find yourself on a roller coaster ride. You end up at some points being really happy, at some points being really sad, at other points you're angry. And that's the trick that a lot of these high quality productions use. Just the same, there are some viral videos that make you really angry and you wonder how on earth they ended up with millions of views. And yet other viral videos are very happy or they're very funny, and others yet are very sad and really tug at the heartstrings. So there's a way that you can use this to your advantage no matter what niche you're in. This is the secret sauce that a lot of big YouTubers use but don't tell people about. It's how they get their audience to connect and make those videos go viral. They grab them and then reel them in and they hold them there like it's a superpower. And really it is, so it's no wonder that they don't want to talk about it because they don't want people to know how they're grabbing them. Number 4 is you need to be authentic and make your video very polarizing. This means making your content extremely exciting and engaging for people to watch. The more they watch, the more they enjoy it, and the more they enjoy it, the more that they're going to share it with others. Now this isn't always easy because we're putting ourselves out there for the world to see and to judge us and criticize us, and that's not always easy to take. And let's face it, there's a lot of jerks out there. But we need to get past that and recognize that we have something of value to offer to our audience and those that we meet along the path of life. Remember that not everyone is going to connect with you along the way. But lots of people will connect with your message, and those are the people that you want to focus on building those relationships with. That is how you build your community and grow your brand. Speak from your truth and it's going to come across in a genuine way. Now keep in mind that being a good leader means that you don't want 100% of people liking you. You also don't want 100% of people disliking you. If you have 100% of people liking you, then it means you're a people pleaser. And if you have 100% of people disliking you, then it means you're just a jerk. So you need to aim for about a 50-50 split. And that's a good place to be because you're going to have people that genuinely resonate with you and your content. This is going to really help you develop your brand and your audience members into your super fans. And it's all because you stand for something and you're able to motivate them to action. Now number 5 is you need to bring resolution to the video and get them to act and share it with others. Share it with others. Share it with others. So I'm asking you, after you finish watching this video and re-watching this video, to share it with as many people as you possibly can. Remember that you're telling a story, and that story needs to leave that person feeling excited and feeling really good. And if that person feels good, then guess what? They're gonna share it with other people. Now you need to remember as well that the algorithm is constantly growing and changing and evolving as we go.
You see, originally, the algorithm based the success of a video on the amount of views that it got.
But after a while, YouTube figured out that a view that was a lot longer was much more valuable than a view that was really short in duration. So the algorithm was switched to focus on watch time instead. And this was a massive advantage for gaming channels, for example. And the reason was that gamers tend to have long videos that people sit down to watch start to finish. The algorithm also changed in that they reduced the latency so that instead of updating just once a day or so, it updated much faster at about once every 10 minutes. So now this became a big advantage for channels that deliver real-time news and updates throughout the day. And because the algorithm is constantly evolving, it makes it almost impossible to predict how the algorithm is going to react to each video. You can absolutely be an expert at the knowledge side of any niche or any profession, but to be an expert in the algorithm is almost impossible. That's why I designed this video to be an experiment to see what would happen if we really put the algorithm to the test. Because it's constantly changing and evolving, there isn't a stable set of rules to follow in order to get the algorithm to do what we want it to do. We cannot fully predict what the result is going to be. That's why you get some amazing videos that really struggle to get views, and yet other truly awful videos that do really, really well. And it doesn't make sense, and it stands to reason because the algorithm doesn't make sense.
All we can do is our best to follow the key elements and best practices to ensure that we have the best opportunity possible to make our video go viral.
But we'll never really know why one of our videos does really well and yet other ones which we feel we've put more effort into fall flat. Now, even though there's no absolute way to ensure that we can make a video go viral, there are some key things that we can do to really help have the best chance. There are two incredible super statistics that will give you the best opportunity to take your video viral. And I promised you at the start of the video that I would reveal what those two things are. Number one is not a surprise, and that's your watch time. You need a high retention of watch time, but this in and of itself does not guarantee that your video will go viral. I have several videos that are around 60% lifetime retention, and yet they haven't gone viral. And the reason they haven't gone viral is because they're missing the second element. And this is where your thumbnails and your titles become extremely relevant. Because the number two super statistic to have your video go viral is a very high click-through rate. CTR. Your CTR is the number of times people have actually clicked on your video to watch it divided by the amount of times that it's actually been shown. There's a statistical increase that is directly related to the amount of times your video is shown versus the amount of times that it gets clicked. As your CTR increases, the amount of your views will directly increase as well. And this is because the algorithm recognizes that a lot more people want to watch this, so it starts to promote it across the platform. And as the clicks keep increasing, then your views keep increasing, and this can help your video take off. This means that in a very short amount of time, your video can go viral. So remember that these elements are extremely important, but you have to have an amazing title and thumbnail. And the reason is that those are the two guaranteed things that people are going to see initially to get them to click on your video. The smartest thumbnails and titles will convey emotion and intrigue, because you need people to be interested to begin with. Now, ultimately, what worked 15 years ago on YouTube didn't work 10 years ago, and what worked 10 years ago doesn't work now. Every content creator is stepping up their game so much that it's making the competition more and more fierce, which means it becomes harder for you to get your videos seen. So you need to focus on ways to adapt to the changes taking places or risk getting yourself left behind. This means coming up with ideas and topics that people really want to see and making great thumbnails and titles that get that person interested and intrigued in what it is you're offering. There's a way to be smart using clickbait that delivers on the promise. YouTube is a new game now, and it's changed even from just a few years ago. And it's going to keep changing as the years roll on. What is working right now may very well change in another year or two. And it's time to recognize what will give you the best opportunity to make your videos go viral and bring you that success for your channel that you're hoping for.
YouTube is currently working on some new rating systems that are going to definitely change the game in the next year or two.
So don't despair if you haven't had a video go viral and you've been at it for a while. Keep putting your best efforts into every video you make and following these best practices, and it will give you the best opportunity possible. Thank you for watching this video to the very end, and please go back and rewatch it right now.
Now, if you want to make your mark on YouTube, then check out these videos over here. They'll help you grow your channel. And if you're new to this channel, then please consider subscribing. Click my face, and you'll do just that. I'll see you in the next video.